Hi, howdy, and hello. I had to get scissors. I was like, wait, I can't do this. Let me lower my tunage and turn off the spam. Howdy and hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. Holy smokes, it felt like Monday. Yeah, we're in crunch time here. Hi, Neil. This is for you. Howdy and hello, Castle Dude. I see you there. I have been gifted from across the pond. Oh, do I show my address? No. And I said I would open this live because I thought it'd be really cute and funny to do. And I thought this was this really sweet surprise. Even when my little man brought it in, he's like, what is this from? International Standard? Customs Declaration? He was very confused. He didn't understand. Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm opening up a little gift from Castle Dude. And I have a little careshare to share. Some thoughts that kept me up last night. So I'm like, I should share this. So I'm going to do that. So, Mr. Neil, I'm going to open it. Bo's going to see it too. Thanks, Neil. This was such a nice surprise. I heard Alex, if you are watching this, Mr. Alex Patu, don't look. Because I think, Alex, you might have a similar spiel. This is why I was late jumping on. I had to run and get scissors. Oh, how fun. I love surprises. I never get surprises. Oh, fancy pants. This looks fancy. Tied jewelry. Oh, what do you mean it would make me laugh? Oh, that's right. That's awesome. It's a beaver. You want to see Bobo? Come on. Come on. Oh, Neil, that's so cute. I'm blushing. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Folks, Neil and I did a live together. He wore a beaver shirt. Chaos ensued. That was on his Castle Dude channel. Castle Dude, that's so sweet. Look, Bobo, a beaver joke. So did you get the same for Alex? Alex, Neil, that's the sweetest thing ever. Thank you. And earrings? It's a whole set. I got a beaver ensemble. You know where I'm going to debut this is VidCon this week. I'm going to show Adam Rose my beavers. I'm going to put it on right now. Oh, I'm blushing. That's really sweet. Hi, Roger Blair. How are you? Oh, Alex got a different one. Okay, good. So he can see this then. Oh, Neil, that's so sweet. Thank you very much. How did you find this? So you were saying, so when we were live at the very end, we were touring the castle. Neil said, I'm going to find something at the gift shop and send it to you. And then we were done taping, and I guess the gift shop lady kicked him out. So we were in there too long. So he wound up getting something online. This was so clever. Look at these cute little earrings. It goes well with my ensemble. Thank you, Neil. That's really sweet. I got to top that. How am I going to top that? Oh, my goodness. Well, as I'm putting this on, I do have a Circle Time careshare. But Neil, that's so clever. Are you gonna wear that shirt again? You're gonna wear it on your castle tour. So July 6th, it actually happens to be my mom's birthday. So I'm gonna tell her we're gonna tour a castle for her. Maybe she'll chime in. We're gonna tour a castle again. Alex, Neil, and I. How's that? Let me take this one off. Sorry, Sophia. This is from one of my little students. Look at that. I got beaver on my chest. Sorry, mom pals who came to see what I was going to rant and say. I love it. Thanks, Neil. That was so sweet. Hey, I opened the gift, you guys. Oh, they can hear. Well, I don't think they know what it means. Thanks, Neil. That was really sweet. Aw. So July 6th, we're going to tour Castle again live. So that'll be 7 a.m. for me Pacific. And I believe that's 3 p.m. for Castle Dude. And well, Alex is going to be joining us too. I don't know if he'll be in a shirt or not. So for those lovely ladies ready to tune in, for him, I guess it would be 10 a.m. Louisiana. So I'm excited for the 6th. Thank you, Sweet Pea. That was sweet. Okay, now you're going to see this in all my live streams. And I haven't had nice earrings in a while. I think it's a perfect size. Thanks, pal. That was cute. That was worth the wait. I didn't get it till we came home from water polo. So my little man ran to get the mail. And voila. Thanks, hon. That's sweet. Well, good. Well, I'm glad you're up. And I don't know if you want to hear my Circle Time Care share. But yeah, and honestly, I don't know how all these thoughts will come out. But first and foremost, even just this little gifting aside and this chat room aside, it's the building of community. Building of community selflessly, unconditionally. I really feel like those are the priority next steps of humanity. We need to be, UNITYing right now. Hello, Miss Lulu Dallas. How are you? Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday. I had to think for a minute. I, honest to goodness, had these rounds of like, oh, it's Monday. And then as soon as I said, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday on here, I had the quick panic round of like, okay, we got to do this, and this. We leave tomorrow morning. We're going to go down to Anaheim for a few. So my kids and I. So I got a few things to prep and do. So that's why this won't be a 2-hour care share. That's supposed to be quick. It'll just be a few care shares. Maybe a few, we'll see. We'll see however long. I'm not going to do what I'd usually do, which is I'll only go this long and then I go double that. But this unity, this camaraderie, this stuff, this isn't like the dopamine hit of social media. This is actual building of community. Someone taking the time literally to send something because they had thinking of us and they wanted to make us laugh. This is me chiming in when he gets his butt laser surgery and checking in, even though I was getting the date wrong every day, checking in offline, not for the likes, not for the camera time. Building friendships and communities offline. I think it's really special. I know for certain my next road trip and the next time in the Midwest, I'm going to give them a heads up. But I would love to meet Carol and Jane in person. Like I love how these types of things are growing, and that's important. Oh, Bo's throwing up. He's so moved. You okay, Bobo? Hey guys, quick! Oh, too late. Dang. Remember I was saying how wasn't doing so hot? Bobo it was more bile. I guess I should give a Bo update. So we tried the grooming. We had to try to sedate, and they gave us the amount to give him. We had to go like 3 times and he still barely budged. And we only got half of them done. So it's just too torturous for him. And I mean, we're trying to ground him. I had binaural beats going on. We're calm. I had a hard kombucha just to make sure my nerves were calm. We were like, it's all right, Bobo, pretty boy. All this stuff. Not having it. I do not know what happened to him as a puppy to hate this stuff. So we used to think it was leftover ash that had fallen from those nearby fires that was making him sick, but it could be the dump and gas, and I don't know what. But he just threw up in front of me right now, so I'll get that in a minute. But so yeah, he turned into a lioness. He's a Cocker Spaniel. We got the back shaved and the legs kind of, but not the chest, not the neck, not the head. Even somewhat sedated, he still has this, and him a little muzzle. He still has this freak out that makes us freak out. And it's a very difficult situation. And we surrendered. He started panting. We're like, we're not going to do this to him. So we started walking him, and bless the neighbors, like, what a cute haircut. And even my kids are like, my parents, they didn't finish. I'm like, no, it looks cute. It looks like a lion. So when he comes up again, I'll have to show you. It's just hair here. But we did what we had to do. So anyway, he just got sick, and it looked biley, which means he didn't eat. What's happened, Bobo? What's going on? Come on. Come here. Come tell us your troubles. That's the name of the cartoon for beavers, Heidi. For beavers. Oh, is it really? About geezers. Beavers and geezers? Geezers and a beaver. You don't want to come up? Come show him your beautiful do. Come on. No? All right. Not today. We'll work on him. We did our best. Yes. So the giant did find another mobile one. So we've tried groomers, and even they're like, you know what? This is too much. And the last 2 amazing cuts he had, which we're not looking for a style. We're looking to shave to the skin and let it go until it's long again and shave it. Like that's how bad it is, like twice a year. So the last 2 times we went to Mexico for dental and for medical stuff, we're like, while he's sedated and under, could you just shave him? And that's what we've been relying on. This time we're like, we can do it. Like, let's try again. It's been 2 years. Let's try again. Not so much. So we're working on Bobo. He's going to miss us when we're gone, but he has the giant with him the rest of the week. So I'm all over the place. Hi, Justin Bryan. I see you there too. And hi, Jane. Nice to see you, Jane. Yes, Castle Dude really did have butt laser surgery, but he was out walking the dog later that night. So, you can do as many jokes as you want, Neil. That's totally cool. And Jane, it won't be 3 hours. I'm not going to put a time limit on it. However, I do have, when I realized and reminded myself it's Tuesday, or I was like, oh gosh, we have a couple rounds to do before we hit water polo and we leave tomorrow morning. So, yeah, so we got a couple things to do, AKA return something from Amazon and get our hotel snacks and all that stuff and pack and laundry and all that crazy things up there. So with that being said, hi, Mike. How are you? What's happening, Long Island? And Darbaz, do I say that right? I see you on a lot of this stuff. How are you? You are overseas as well. Nice to see you. So I just unboxed something from overseas and I have a little motherhood care share. So I don't know how to, before I do that though, I had some craziness happen. If you're writing from Facebook, which I see you, Mike, are on there. So at least you saw this. For a while, I have been getting spammed and botted so hard. Like it's usually on my profile pics, but you know, they're these long paragraphs like, it looks to us like there's a copyright thing and something formal, but click on this link. It's like, no, thank you. And not only that, it comes in my messenger. And then I noticed this uptick of my followers, which thanks. However, I don't know if you're going to like the content. It doesn't look like any of you speak English, let alone maybe have a female spouse or children. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. But since that little uptick, my page is like frozen, Facebook. So I'm kind of like trying to mess with my algorithms again. If you happen to be on Facebook, give it a little stroke. Not my old page. My old page is just kind of like, I just once in a while go put something there. It's my rebooted that I had been really taking care of. And now it's just under attack. So I wonder if the mass amount of followers, which have nothing to do with my demographic or audience, have something to do with it. And how do I change that? Like, what happened? That's crazy. Oh, you didn't get a notification, Long Island. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, I got some tomfoolery going on with Fuckerberg over there. My dog has a fit when it comes time to get his shots or anything. Oh, yeah, we don't even do those for him. Last time I had him at the vets, it took 3 of us to hold him down to get his yearly shots. Aw, yeah, we don't because we don't interact with a lot. We don't subscribe to that, but I totally understand how. I mean, a lot of people do. So I don't know about that one. However, when he did come back from Mexico, he did have to get a measles one to re-enter the country. But at least that will last him a long time. So if he goes back for any dental, he can do that. But yeah, he was a rescue and it got him, 6 years ago now. He was running on the on-ramp to the 101 and he was a puppy. But he ran, I think, from a puppy mill. It looks like he was overbred because everyone's like, that's a purebred Cocker Spaniel. I'm like, is it? He's got a funky mouth. And they're like, he could be overbred. And then whenever I wore my work boots, I had big steel toe black boots for work, OSHA approved, and he went nuts. So something happened to him by those breeders, I think, and he escaped. So the grooming, when he hears the tools of the grooming, even when I brush him, after a while, he likes it, and then he attacks. Something about that. And when people come over, I'm even like, even when you think he's your friend, don't reach out. Just let him love on you. But as much as you want to be like, oh, what a cute doggy, just don't. Even the ones that have known him forever take care of him. He'll just turn. And so, yeah. But here's the thing. He doesn't have many teeth left. So his bark is worse than his bite, literally. So it's really just being like, okay, he's my like I saved him, and I'm the one who feeds him. The kids are the ones who really walk. So he really never turns on me. Um, and he's wherever I go. But well, this keeps going back to Mr. Bobo. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm missing some things here. Make your page private and make mods to approve them. Oh, is that for Facebook, you mean? I can do that? Huh. It'll keep it flowing properly. Cheers, peeps. Nice. I'm going to have to remember that. How do I remember that? Write it down. Make page private, or is that YouTube? Probably both, huh? Mods have to approve. Oh, okay. Yeah, because my rebooted, I did subscribe to that whole rising creator. It's not meta check verified, but it is a part of that whole growing thing. My old page is not. What is it called? I guess meta approved. Yeah, they're fake followers. Totally, Jackie. So I woke up, I'm like, what? I got 115 followers? What did I do? And then I was like, oh. And I looked through them and I'm like, this looks like America's Most Wanted list. There's some lovely moms, I can tell. There are some comedy peeps and friends. There's some paranormal. Totally. But the ones that I can't pronounce, that our pages are either locked or full of big booties and they cannot lie, I'm like, where'd you come from? So, yeah, that started. Ugh, I was taking such care of it. Okay, none from Facebook. That's okay. Yeah, okay, on Facebook, I'll do that. Yes, Neil, you are always the rising flatulator. Okay, dang near 20 minutes, and I didn't even talk to motherhood yet. So I don't know how this will align with the live chat here. You tell me, but this was a little crazy. So I've had so many different eras of girlfriends, and that's not me going, these bitches, I'm out of here. It's like anybody. You change your frequency, you change alignment with who you are. Now, I've been out in California. I've been in Los Angeles for 24 years. So this is my home now, really. I've been here the longest than I've been anywhere else. But there is this pocket of gals in Chicago that I love dearly. I still do. We still follow and support each other online. They gave me my big going away party here. We were teachers together and love them dearly. And we all became moms, and we do our mom thing in our own mom way. And we just still unconditionally support. When I was out here, I'm so sorry I got distracted, because that's it. They tell your rising creator to get you excited about it before they find reasons to take it away. That's it. Facebook, as much as I'm like, I'm going to play, I'm going to tackle this game and do it. It's still like, can't they change their rules the second you figure them out. So anyway, I came here and I had a couple posses, but there was this diehard group. There was probably 8 of us total, with me included. And this was the posse, pre-kids. This was the group where we went clubbing, we went out, and it's not out to pick up dudes. It's out, and we would, even if a dude was getting on one of us, we'd be like, she's mine, blah, blah, blah. Like, leave us alone. Like, we had each other's back and had so much fun. So much fun. We had hosted these annual parties, these birthday parties, because some of us were Scorpio. We did everything together, and we had each other's back, whether it was on MySpace or social media or the new growing Facebook, whether it was anywhere. We just had each other's back through trials and tribulations and boyfriends and girlfriends and anything, clothing swaps, sad deaths and families. Like, those were those girlfriends that you just, your diehards. So when I got pregnant with my first child, I found out December 2009. I'm already fiddling with it, 2009, I found out in December, and I told my folks first. And of course, the fella who wound up being the dad of my second child as well. We were not married, but we were dating, and we wound up being together and tried, having these kids together. So anyway, but when I did tell my parents, they're like, with who? Which one? Because it wasn't like in a serious thing, but that became serious very quickly. Anyway, I held on to that card because I wanted desperately to surprise my girlfriends. So right after the new year, I came back from the Midwest with this secret in my pocket. I hosted this brunch and at my little apartment with my 2 cats. and because I was always hosting still, had them all over. And I didn't say I'm having a baby. I said we're having a baby. Those girls screamed and cried and like, oh my God. Like I knew, even my parents knew. I have this great group of girlfriends and we're going to do this together. They got my back because there was the fella, but we weren't living together at the time. And I also, even when I told the fella, I was like, listen, I'm 35, almost 36. I'm very financially fine. My business was soaring. And I have a great group of girlfriends. Like, if you don't want to be involved with this, don't worry about it. But this is my time to have this child. I think I called this in, and this is for me. And he's like, no, I've been chasing you for years on set. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be a part of this. I'm like, oh, okay, let's give it a shot. But I was really like, don't worry about it. And then I was like, oh, he's going to be there. Oh, that's even, my girls warned me. My girls were kind of like, is he though? Is he going to be there? And I'm like, let's just see how this goes. But I had my girlfriends. So, so to whom do I speak? Oh, I don't know. Are you one of them that's just peeping? I don't know. That looks like my first Twitch comment. I haven't had a Twitch comment in ever. Is that Twitch? I think it is. Hello to Twitch. But I Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, X, everybody's on here. So hello. So as I'm going through this pregnancy, even as I'm about to give birth, my two besties were with me. We were walking my apartment complex. I was dangling on trees. Like one was in the room with me when I gave birth. Like these were my closest pals. And I noticed something. So I'm just cutting to. I mean, I had a beautiful baby shower they put on for me. Like these girls were excited. One of those girls of 8 already had a child. She had a child very young. And the child was grown and went between the mom and the dad, but I didn't pay attention to her mothering. Like I knew her demeanor was incredible. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good mom, but I didn't see her choices. Hello from France. Hello, how are you? Bonjour, ça va? Je suis Heidi. Je voudrais un autre baguette, s'il vous plaît. That's my French. I know some French. Bonjour from France. Or to France. I'm telling some care shares. Mon petit. So the one that's the mom, anyway, I didn't know her medical choices. I didn't know her, how she did things with the baby because this child was grown. So let's cut to the birth. I have the birth. Now I had that core group of besties, but then I had this amazing group of girls that worked for me. They were really supportive to me having this child as well. They really carried my business. They continued renting my equipment so I could make money while being at home with the baby. They kept my business alive. I do find it odd that most all of them cut me off because of the number 45, as well as what happened in 2020. But there was one that she was the first, what's it called? Like not live streamer, I guess so. She wanted to do this kind of stuff, but she was on Instagram and she came to the hospital just for her Instagram pics. I remember then the voice in the back of my head being like, that was really rude. Like, are you here for me and for this baby? Or are you here to get the likes? And I never really heard from her after the baby got out of that baby phase, but that's beside the point. That core group of girls. So I came home, and when I had to start making these decisions on, I'm like, the well visits didn't resonate with me. Sleep training, are you kidding me? Now, any parent will tell you sovereignty wins. They can choose what they want for these kids. You have to make your own choices for your kids based on your own belief systems. The part where I wasn't prepared for is the not only judgment, but being dropped because they did not align with what I was doing, or they were doing things behind my back. When I said, please do not let her cry it out. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to wait till she's at least 4 or 5 months before I even do any sort of medical thing because her body's forming. We were like, huh? What? Nothing was aligning anymore. And my frequency started to shift, and their frequency went to, this was supposed to be a fun thing, having this baby around in our group, to now I was called like I mean, mama bear is one thing, and that's not a bad thing to be called that. But they were trying to talk me into doing other things against my instinct. And I was unprepared for what that would do to me. I was unprepared for it to feel like, oh, that hurt. Like, just support me, just hold my hand like you did through the pregnancy when you were really excited and buying the cute outfits and all that stuff. It's baby's here now. And I'm making decisions because I'm with the baby 24/7. Can you support me in this? And one by one, the support kind of faded. It began with the medical choices. Then it continued with whoever was watching my kid and what they were choosing to do. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, do you mind not doing that? Or no, please don't cry it out. Just hold her, I'll be right back. Or, well, this isn't really going the way I thought it would go. So what happened was last night, I watch reality shows. Once in a while, I watch reality TV. That's my wind down. And there was a girl that reminded me of one of these girls, like my best friend, the one that was in the room with me. And I was like, oh my God, whatever happened to her? And I looked it up, did some snooping, and I'm like, oh wow, she got married. That's beautiful. That the wound was healed. The forgiveness was there. But then I had to go through the storyline and the timeline with her. And I was like, oh my God, that hurt. That hurt more than anything. When I was asked in the hospital when my second came, and she was kind of around, kind of not. What do you need? What do you need, Heidi? I go, please take my daughter out, the first out, while I'm working on my son, because he had a very difficult baby. We didn't know he was tongue-tied. He wasn't latching. Like, it was tough. So I go, please take my girl out. The girl never came around to take her out. I'm like, wait, you came to the hospital, you got your picture, you gave the outfit, but all I needed was help with the kid, and you weren't there. Yeah, none of it's coming out the right way, because I forgot to say too, the dad was MIA. The dad, I learned really quick when those babies came that, yep, that first instinct of many were correct, as was mine. I was trying to make it work, but the instinct was, is he really going to be there? And he wasn't. So I relied on my girlfriends. And then the girlfriends weren't. And you can't be sad over they're not helping me, because for them, this was a new thing. For my one friend who was a mom, she was the one who was really pushing me against my instinct to do things the way she did. And my instinct said, I don't want to do that. So we had a push-pull for a little while until it came to 2015. My daughter was 5, my son was 2, and our medical choices changed here in California. We had senators that came around that were pushing things that went against the Constitution, that went against sovereignty and free will. And one gal pal who moved state, I was in her wedding and she moved to another state. She wrote all the girlfriends except me and said, sign this petition. You need to put this law in place. This is about medical stuff. And I'm like, you just took my rights away. That's what that says. That took my rights away, my choices. So I went through last night the storyline of these girlfriends, and I realized going at it alone with my babies was more important than maintaining a relationship that didn't serve the same frequency. I was not going to shift their perspective of how I was doing things, and I was not going to alter my perspective. I was not going to alter my choices. That's what I knew for damn sure. And that goes with pets. That goes with anybody who makes decisions for anyone they love and care about. You could have an elder parent, how you take care of them when they're in their older years. That's your choice. That's your family's choice. Our choices were getting stripped away. And the girls that had each other's back, that were transparent, saying those pants make you look fat, or that makes you look like a hoe. Like, everybody gave their 2 cents, but they were really mad when you didn't adhere to it. When I said, no, thank you for your 2 cents, I'm going to stick to my intuition, they walked away. And I was like, whoa, that really, that was painful. That was painful. Don't think this will all come out in little spurts because I kind of jumped around. Greetings from South Carolina. Hi, Danny. How are you? Castle Dude, you were alienated big time because of your choices medically. Yep. That comes with parenting too. And so when it came to making these choices with these gal pals, some wanted a doll to dress up and take pictures with. Others wanted to practice. but others were getting were it was the first time they were hearing about choices when it comes to mothering, because everything was traditional at that point. Everything was the way their parent did or what they saw even on the media. There were people such as me making these rash decisions of going holistic and stepping away from the traditional way of doing things. I went old school. You want traditional? I went old school. Like, no, I want to carry my baby around. Or, the breastfeeding was not easy. My mom never did it. I didn't have a tribe of people to teach me either. So I pumped that shit every 2 hours for a year and a half. I was a zombie. But my girlfriends were like, "What are you doing? You don't do it that way." I'm like, "But everything in me tells me I should. So why wouldn't I listen to that?" So it was heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And we had a decade under our belt as friends. So, my point and bringing this all in a big bow so I can get back to some silly stuff, because there might be some moms who tune in, maybe even those pals. As your frequency shifts, you find the others. And so it took me a long time. But when those laws went into effect, and I lost my whole prior groups of people, because everything in me was screaming, you're going to be a way shower of something new. Stick to your guns. And I have to say something in case you don't know my story. At 4 months, with that same girlfriend who convinced me to go for this visit when I knew this doesn't feel right, especially this day when she's recovering from an ailment, she convinced me, and they had just come out with this new 3-in-1 thing and jabs. And basically that night she had a seizure in my arms, and I thought I was going to lose her. And here she is today. My friend said, "Oh, that wasn't a seizure." I go, "You weren't here in the middle of the night. I didn't have a smartphone to take a video for you." The medical establishment that I called the next day said, "Bring her back in. Sounds like it didn't take. We'll try it again." The My own family, they did not align with what I was going through and what I was saying. So I had to put everybody out. I had to start cutting the cords that I was so desperately trying to keep these relationships going. Meanwhile, my daughter's on death's door, and I had to study everything myself. And that doesn't mean what I have decided is good for anybody else, but for me, that was my choice. And lo and behold, what happened? It took several years, but I found the others. Through that research, I wound up finding people that I aligned with. I wound up running into people that felt the same way I did. And I started building a new tribe. That was my point. That was what was wrapping it in a little bow. This can go with paranormal. This can go along with, being, UFO and multidimensional experiences. This can go with medical choices. This can go with religious choices, or even what you like to watch for TV. If you are not in a frequency alignment, this whole new shift in paradigm that's happening on the planet is the old stuff's going to fall away, and it is up to you how painful it will get. How quick can you cut that cord? How quickly can you forgive them and say, "Wow, that was such an incredible experience. I'm letting that go now, and I'm going to find a tribe that aligns with my frequency so you can continue going." And I think that goes with everybody. It goes with your career, your family, your partners, all of it. I just happened to get a fast pass masterclass because it was my kids. And I just pushed those fuckers out through my grunt. So you're like, "I did what to my body?" You're going to do what to that kid? You become so possessive and protective. Possessive is the wrong word. Protective. Over a kid that took over your whole body for a whole year. 9 months, my butt. It's really 10 months of incubation. And then another year of just like, what's going on? So it's years out of your life over a child. And people can't sway you. I should say, if you are really lined up, people can't sway you. So, yeah, that might be a little bit of, I mean, I guess it kind of came out where it was. I was happy when I did that little search and found old friends to see them happy to be like that. Felt good. It wasn't a meh, but I was like, "Oh man, what was the catalyst?" Oh, when I became a mother. That's what changed our friendship. That's why we aren't even Facebook friends. Some of us are even still blocked from each other. And this has nothing to do with the recent charade of friends. True friends stick by you no matter what. I agree with that to a degree, Neil, because each of those elements of friends, those were my true friends. They were totally true friends in the moment. The one gal who was the mom who convinced me to do what I did, which was do something before it was ready, and my daughter had a reaction. She had a wedding while we all still were still friends, and I wasn't invited. I was heartbroken, especially because I did these things. I did events and catering and all that kind of stuff, but also, she was part of the birth of my child, and I was uninvited. And because I think my choices made her question herself so much that it was easier to push me out. So that hurt more than anything to start not to be included, just because of the fact I was choosing what my choices. Now, I didn't go around making these choices at the time and going, watch out yourself. It took until the laws got taken away, where our right to the California Constitution says you have a right to a free and public education, got stripped. 2015, when I was on City Hall steps, when I started going, hey, you do whatever you want, but this isn't fair. When I started making some noise, that's when the blocking happened. And I was like, I still, though, Neil, they were my true friends in that chunk of time. They loved Party Heidi. I'll tell you that much. They loved the party. They loved my bar name, which was Tony with an I. When we went out, we all had code names. They loved me dancing on the tables. They loved taking care of me if I got too drunk. They loved me making hangover breakfast. They loved me in that moment. But much like the dad who I had the children with, when I turned into a mother figure and my perception of the world shifted and my frequency shifted, most of the people that were in my life at that time did not stick around. So I went through a lot of those years on my own. That includes my family. Love you too, Angel Wings. Love you all there. This was a little like, aren't we supposed to see like that star go by the more you know? Ding, ding, ding. It's care shares are important because to me, they're my video vlogs too. These will be passed on to my kids. These are in the ether now forever. And these are how I find my tribe, because once in a while, other than the foreigners, not the French ones, but the new 150 followers who all look like mugshots, other than them, I will get a DM of something like, hey, I saw that video did, and that happened to me too. And we can start conversation. So I do that for a reason. So some of you might be like, is she going to talk about Bigfoot yet or something? Are we going to have some fun? I had to share about this because last night I was just laying in bed going, wow, that was an era. And it wasn't that long ago. My daughter will be 14 in August. So averaging about 10 years ago, these girls were still in my life. And then, especially when my second man, my little man came, because I didn't touch him, never did the well visit. I immediately went to these Sikhs and this community that had an hour. Our well visit was an hour, and it was assessing the exact, not a punch the clock, punch in, punch out, get this stuff on the sheet. It was, how is he blinking? How does he stand? How does he respond? It was the most beautiful assessment. How's the growth happening? That's when I was like, okay, I think I'm onto something here. And I found this really incredible community here that really wanted the well-being of the child intact. And I became painfully aware. I also dot connected. Once I became a mother, I dot connected what happened to me at 18 years old when I was a guinea pig for Accutane, and how Big Pharma really messed me up. I realized that the Big Pharma mafia stuff had an agenda for the kids. So I'm really not trying to do a PSA and convince anybody of anything, but my story as a mother went into overdrive when I saw what happened to my daughter. And then I saw what happened when I was left alone to my own devices. I didn't fall for, well, that's okay. I'd rather have these friends around, so I'm just going to follow the norm. I didn't. I listened to my gut. And we need to do that when we're in these communities. When somebody challenges us and brings out something in us that we're like, I don't want this to come out. I'm comfortable with where I'm going and how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling. Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns, because I like to think that I'm starting to build a community here that no matter what I'm saying in that regards, I'll still be supported in that sense. Because you haven't had that experience with your kid like I did. I mean, it might be someone has, some don't have kids. But maybe there could be a little respect of me honoring my choices. And hence forgiving these ladies who just opted out. They opted out of the friendship. I'm like, no matter how many doors and windows open, you can't get rid of me. Oh, Neil, I would never want to get rid of you. Why? Oh, Angel, I'm really behind here. Why I currently have no friends and raising my 12-year-old by myself. I am with you. I am with you. Please, I would love to take that offline because I'm being so PC right here. I have a lot of snoopers too. But I wanted to just, the moral of my babble is holding on to our own and what we believe is right for our kid is, to me, more important than maintaining a relationship where you're not respected for your choices. The respect would have been like, cool, no problem, Heidi. Hey, I don't align with that. So, your daughter's birthday party, or, they're still active in my life, but they don't have to, if I don't follow their opinion on something, they don't have to look at me with disgust and walk away like she's ruining motherhood. That's what it felt like. And I'm like, wait, what about perspective? What about, and I still was the party girl. Unfortunately, I tried to hold on to my party hat for a little while, especially between 1 and 2, because hell, that's how number 2 came. Same parent, same dad. So I tried. And then once 2 came and I had 2 kids, 3 and under, and everyone went, whoosh, even the dad. And my first week, I was like, even my mom, I was just like, what? But I knew, I'm like, this happened for a reason. I'm on mission. Angel Wings, I look forward to talking more about this. Ironic message today is self. You have unlimited potential to be free of definitions and labels, fitting in the wrong crowd, aspiring to be different. Let go of the herd mentality. Yes. Yes. Now, my little care share focuses on motherhood, but that alone carries the line with several industries and several situations, social media included. So thank you, Angel Wing. So she said, ironic. My message today is self. You have unlimited potential to be free of definitions and labels, free of fitting in the wrong crowd and aspiring to be different. Let go of herd mentality. Yes. I hope I said that correctly in the right mannerism because that resonates big there. Jane, yep, been there. You lose friends, but new ones show up. Yep. You know what? I could have just said that, right? That's the moral of the story. But I had such vivid memory recall and emotions. And I'm so grateful that I've done the work that when it came up, it wasn't like, bitch. Or it wasn't like, they left me. It was just like, wow, that was a crazy time. That was a crazy time. If I really want to be snarky, though, looks like things never changed with her. She married someone 20 years older with her for the money. Yeah. That always snarky. Hi, Lulu Bell. How are you? I was just venting about motherhood and friends. This aligns, Lilu says, this aligns with so much for me around old and previous, more meaningful friendships right now. Something in the air. And this aligns to be great encouragement. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was mid-rant going, is this coming out okay? Sometimes, I don't write anything down, but I literally was last night laying there thinking, I'm going to care share this. Isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be care sharing my human experience, my insight, and building community that way. But they tell you about how amazing, they can give you some tips on childbirth. And those things that can happen and the afterbirth and all that kind of stuff. But they never tell you what happens to your friendships, especially the ones that are even in the room with you. What happens to them after you have a child. And thanks, Bo. I align it all to the change of frequency. Changing your frequency. I do that just to balance it out. It's a gaffer thing. I'm local 80. I'm with the grips. It's all right, Bobo. Come on up. So, hey guys, do you mind checking if Bobo has to go out back? Thank you. I forgot that little care share thought, but I had to share it, Lilu. Yeah, I had this thought of like, share this. This needs to be said. And then I'm like, it transcends motherhood and having babies. Here, this is going to go on and off for a minute. I'm kind of having a gaffer moment. Thanks, sweetie. Go get her. Or maybe a little turkey. Look, right there. Can you throw a paper towel on it? We're live. So yes, thank you for sharing that. Makes me feel better, Lulu. I had a little sweaty moment there. Castle Dude, you're inundated with friend requests. I'd like to think it's because I'm popular, but they're fembots. How do you know? What's the difference? Is the fembot the booty shots and that kind of stuff? You are a Castle Dude. And then because I signed up for that thing, the meta thing or whatever, you can go to your insights. 70% followers dudes and stuff. I'm like, how many are breathing dudes? All right. Well, thank you. If you hear I'm crying for the back. Some of my old friendships have felt like one-way streets as of late. Time to let go and make room for new and better for me. Yes. I hear that. I hear that. Isn't it all frequency? It's all what's aligning. And as we are shifting, whether we get healthy, my biggest animated, basically like 2020, 2021, I was doing really hardcore detoxes. I had a couple of health scares. And even my eye color changed. Like I was just glowing, but my telepathy was getting stronger. I walked in a room and I could immediately know if I needed to turn around and leave, or I could practice a little bit and I could literally shift it. Like these things get so strong. So when you have a friend that is in their same cycle, I call it the hamster wheel, and you show up having done the work, it's so uncomfortable for them that they'll either leave or challenge you. They're going to try to bring you down a little bit. So friendships can do this. But I guess the key is to honor them for what they are or were and letting go, and not in a mean way, like some people. Hello, a year and a half ago. I won't say her name. Castle Dude, it's hard to get it's hard to get the friends, especially when you have kids too. Yes, as soon as you're responsible and are too busy with kids, they automatically think you can come to things as well. Same with the BF. I know. You won't believe what I did though, Angel. After my first baby, almost 36 years old, 3 weeks later, I stood up in a wedding. I honored my commitment. I did it. And I wound up, I did get my dress. I knew I was going to be a little more zippy, but I had a specific cut that would be okay no matter what my body was doing. But I was even at that wedding going, what the fuck am I doing? And pumping and dumping 3 weeks, my first baby. I was so excited. I'm like, what am I? Like the voice was here. And then they're like, yeah, she's the same as ever she was. I'm like, I just had a baby. Nobody, like, it was their wedding, but I was really like, this wasn't a good choice. So I started questioning even my choices. But the friend zone shifted. They saw something different in you. I mean, literally my face and body changed, but they knew my brain changed. I was all about the baby. And some of the girls, because I was the older one, some were really giddy about having this new kid around, but they just wanted to practice. They wanted to practice for an hour and then leave. And I'm like, you want to practice or you want to help? Like, there's a big difference. Hi, Elena. How are you? Jane, I'm really happy to have you and Gail as friends. Loveliest couple in the Midwest. I agree, Neil. So incredibly supportive. I knew when you guys were all still around after I did those addiction episodes a couple months ago with Chastity and Jeff, that I'm like, and told a lot of my careshare stories. I'm like, oh, they're still here. Okay, good. I didn't lose anybody. Because past is the past. And I think I've been authentic enough in what my frequency is now to show that, I am doing my best to be my best. And if I get a little snarky or something, then we'll blame it on the stars or the dome. Oh, hi, Lulu. You're still here. Hi, Lulu. Oh, yes, Jane, you do have a beautiful group of friends. I'd like to say everyone in this chat are from your group of friends. You guys are such sweet peas. Thank you. And Angel says, yep, exactly. If they're not high vibrations like me and respect my knowledge and respect my family, there's a no-go. Yep, sometimes I'm too busy even for friends and my kids come first. Yes, and you know what? I even have some mom pals that have been dying to hang out and get together with me, but there's a fabulous meme for this recently. However, when I get with them, I leave and it takes me all day to recover because they're just toxic dumping. They want to dump on you. And it's not a healthy dump on you. Like, I'm going to dump this on you and I really want to hear your opinion and thoughts on this. It's a dump of you on the same shit, different day, same, commiserate with me. And then they try to get stuff out of you to make their dump get it go even more. It's toxic. And so I've said no to somebody for a long time. And I pulled up my big girl panties recently and we're like, hello, are we getting together? I'm like, I don't have time to recover after a hangouts. I don't like talking about the people you want to talk about or the place you want to talk about because I don't want to share my thoughts on it with you, as well as I don't think it's not in alignment with you right now. Are we going to get our kids together? And are we able to hang out with them in that way and not talk about other people and not gossip? And then I realized it's not about getting the kids together. It's about her getting me to her so she can manure in my ear, hoping I spread it. That's like manure does. It spreads, right? And I even was like, I don't know I'm sorry if I gave you the impression that that's what I do with your stuff or with anybody's stuff, but it doesn't feel good. And from especially summer when I'm on full time now with the kids, I want to feel good. I want to feel good about who I'm talking about and I want to feel good about my choices. So yeah, I thank you for these comments. You're helping me hone in on my rants. Heidi, your new party trick is you can flash your beard without getting canceled. Let me just put it right here. Check out my beaver, folks. Thank you, Neil. I have to put it next to a freeze frame of the shirt that the live stream we did. Oh, thank you for that. I'm 7 minutes to an hour, so I'll hit it at an hour. So I think I had to get it out of my head because it was since when I woke up, those girls were on my mind still. And that's why I was like, I want to just talk about them and not about them going, nah, those girls, but talk about, damn, was I alone? I had babies and I was alone right after I was the life of the party. I was the hostess with the mostest, life of the party. I'm the one not to cut a bitch if one of my friends got in trouble. I'm the one. I was the daredevil. I was literally the physical laborer when someone had to move. I was the one saying, you are in a toxic relationship. It's abusive. You can live with me as long as you want, as long as you get out of that relationship. I was it all. And then here comes this bundle of joy. And I'm like, this is my all. I'm so happy to share this experience with you. And they all were like, well, I didn't really do that. I think they all got tested. And they were all like, I didn't give them my 100 anymore. And a lot of them are used to getting 100 from me. And the beauty of growing into motherhood is you're able to give everybody your 100 at one point. When you stand true in what it is you do believe in, and you stand true in how you want to raise your children, you're able to live that authentically 100% and then turn and be 100% as well with your friendships. It's possible. But in those early post-birth rocky days when you're unsure of what the heck just happened, how does your body do what it did? We're really portals and trying to survive on little to no sleep. You realize, yeah, those friends, it's no longer serving a purpose for them or for me. And then you're like, I'm going at this alone. No matter 10 months of preparation of saying you'll never be alone and we got your back, you wind up alone because no one is going to make the best decisions possible for your kid than you. That's what I think. So that was kind of misleading for some of I think I was even on my mom thing, the mom groups going, come and hear about motherhood and what happens to your friends. And I'm talking beavers but doesn't it align with everything? I sure as hell am not going to beat a dead horse, and I'm not feeling super snarky and stuff, but um yeah, press 1 if you stand in your power. Thanks, Neil. If you're on other platforms and you don't see that, press 1 if you stand in your own power. um but it made me all that for, that letting go of the other gal pals and how some don't even still have me blocked on socials. And that one girl that blocked me a year and a half ago, almost 2 now, made me sad for her to be so insecure in yourself that you have to drown out somebody else is a friendship nonetheless. I think it's more sad than it is painful, and there's zero revenge, there's zero rewind the world, I want to have the last word. It's more like, I'm really sad you felt like you had to do that. Sucks to be you. Most of the time I tell people, I'll listen to you, but I'm not going to repeat anything you tell me. They usually stop telling me gossip after that. Oh, Jim, I got to try that. Because I swear. And honestly, though, with that one gal who likes to dump on me, I do get diarrhea of mouth. I don't just do it here, folks. Like sometimes when I'm talking and I'm talking and I'm talking, and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, didn't you know they're sick or something?" I'm like, "Am I supposed to be sharing that?" Like I don't remember what I'm supposed to share or not. So I'm like, "Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything." But it's so weird and uncomfortable when you find out you get invited to things or be a part of someone's like get invited to hang out, and then you're like, "Oh my God, they just wanted me to gossip, or they just wanted me to hear their gossip," and you walk away feeling like dirty. It's so much nicer to say no. It just is. Oh, thanks, Angel. So you're my soul sister, I swear. You did the same stuff. I'm out there badass. I am. That was me. Daredevil. My medium channeling freaks the heck out of people too. Can't even believe in stuff to tell you get ousted. Oh my gosh, we'd have to talk more. I remember even like, because I was the life of the party. I was also the funny one. So when I had that pump out, I'm like, come on, everybody, like, psh, 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 like just doing stuff, like making them like, see, I'm still have funny Heidi. And then it came to the rights of my kid, and I was like, whoa, 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 this is what I'm choosing to do. How could you do that? And I'm just like, oh my God, it was so uncomfortable. Hi, Jim. I am a beaver diva. I'm just saying. The beaver diva. Well, that started in high school. I was captain of pom poms, like leader of the girl troop. And what drove people crazy, that was my one and only detention, was in high school. By senior year, I was captain. I was made captain, and I wound up picking the squad. I did not pick the most popular. I picked who worked their ass off at tryouts, who really wanted to be there. And some of the quietest unknowns in our school, they made the team because I'm like, I see you, bitch. Let's do this. We rocked it. And my detention was, we did a fundraiser for new uniforms, and the black Reeboks came out. Remember with the Velcro? And I'm like, our colors were red and white. I'm like, let's do black with red and white. And I guess I ordered them without getting permission. So I got a detention. But anyway, the girls were so giddy because they thought they were cool, and they were really cool. I honored the girls. So any girl group I met, I'm a projector in human design too. So that has a lot to say about it if you know any of that stuff. I would always be like, what do I have to offer you? I see your innate skills. I want to bring them out. Let me corral everybody. Let me host. I've done friends' kids' birthday parties just because they asked. I've hosted friends and had them crash at my place because they needed it. Like whatever I can do to help others. And then in my most weakest moment, post childbirth, no one was there. So crazy. So crazy. Whoever came in late, I got this beautiful little offering for Mr. Neil Castle Dude. Check these out. I have a set of beavers gone in my body. So now I have 4. That was for you, Neil. Alex, do you think he'll have his by July 6th? I'm doing another castle tour with Neil, and that's on July 6th on Castle Dude's channel. And I'll don my swag, and he can do his too. Oh, I hit an hour. I gotta trust my instinct. Angel, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. I didn't feel so alone there with sharing those things. And Jane and all of you all. And I know for the men, it's really trippy, but if you have a significant other who's had a child or a sister or your own mom or anybody of that nature, or when, you become a dad, or if you are a dad, it is so trippy to be handed your baby that you care, but it's also completely transformative in the best way possible. It challenges you, it brings you to your knees, and it really is an opportunity to bring out your best self because you now are living for your child. You're viewing the world through their eyes, and you are making choices out of protection, sheer protection. And men, the divine men in the household, they will get that because now they have a child, not only a spouse, and it's this protection vibe. And things that do not align. If you're feeling that, you'll test it maybe once or twice, and then you're like, nope, that's it. Block it. You're like, can't have that. Gotta protect my nest. That's everything. 1 hour down, 2 to go. Oh, Jane, bless your little heart. I got Alex the Wizard Pendant. Oh, cool. I'm not gonna say it out loud because maybe he's not gonna see this. Oh, I can't wait. Sweet. That's really cute, Neil. Well, in a little mini wind down, I'll care share because I won't be on here the rest of the week. I'm going to try to live stream from VidCon, but I was so funny. Even at the kid activities we were doing, some of the kids are like, "What's that?" I'm like, what? I thought everybody knew. So VidCon was my kids' Christmas gift. They were really excited to go. There's some YouTubers and gamers that they really like, and just people that make content. And I'm okay with that because I sit and do this, so I allow them to explore some things. Yes, there are parental controls in place. No, there are not the fake woke agenda, far left crazy things that they do. They really participate in some creative stuff. And they're so excited. They want to meet these creators. So when I got this stuff December and January. And when I started to really look into it, I'm like, this is for me too. I'm going to schmooze. And we have this creator track ticket, which means we have a floor of creator little expo halls, and you do mentor meetings, one-on-ones with these creators, content creators. You have meet and greets, and I am going to meet too. I remember the name now. One of the gals I'm going to meet because I really like her, Happy Kelly. If anyone's seen Happy Kelly out there, she's always in a onesie and she dances, and the onesie's different colors. And sometimes she's with Adam Rose. He's the really funny fella in the gray sweater and the glasses, and he does content every day. And he does a lot of funny stuff. I do mentorship meetings with them. But I'm really excited. I'm excited because it's for the kids and for me. And we're going to have a hotel. Like, it's going to be our getaway. And it's fun as I budgeted that at Christmas. So I'm already like, phew. Otherwise, I would have been like, sorry, guys. I will have an awesome week. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to share some pictures. I'm going to share some fun events. Whether I learn a thing or two about live streaming, we'll see. But as far as I know, my priority still is community building, because there is nothing like talking to the UK, sharing my love with Midwest. You had Argentina in the house, Australia. We're all talking to each other. We're supporting each other. We see each other in other people's chats, and it becomes a familiar, friendly faces, gatherings, all that beautiful, good stuff. So yeah. Thanks, Neil. Party on to you. Party on, dude. I got to get that voice down. We're not worthy. Thanks again to Neil Castle, dude, for my swag. Did I put it the right way? And that's like a tortoise shell. It feels like a mood ring. Is this a mood ring? Is that like for moods? Have you ever seen those, Neil? Kids always have them. You put your finger on it. It changes colors depending on your mood. That's what it looks like. It's got that kind of glazy, glossy look. Well, anyway, showing to the parents out there, to the pregnant ones, to the moms, to the right after childbirth, as crazy as it gets, always go with your first gut, your instinct. Your instinct is the correct one. I've seen too many new mothers get swayed by their parents, their grandparents, their family traditional lineage, but literally, the planet frequency is shifting. So if you happen to be feeling something that goes against the norm, No matter how scary it gets, no matter how much you feel like you're going to be alone, stick with it because you're being shown another way and it's going to be okay. And if you trust that process, like Jane said, you're going to find the others. They're going to appear. And that's why I'm building this really cool community. So whatever, we'll see. We'll see how this all comes out. So thank you again, folks, for tuning in with me. If by chance my lovely cousin from Florida is chiming in, sometimes she's on her own little account. I'm sending you so much love. Many blessings to you. Gentle reminder to the community that chimes in here. If at one point during each day you can send a little bit of love to Fort Myers, Florida for me, a little blast of light, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, would love that. Blessings to you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angel. Hit me up anytime. I love knowing there's another mom out there who's been through it too. And we're still recovering. And kids, I know you heard that whole thing. And I love you with all my heart. Every single breath I take, you have been worth every stretch mark. Oh, okay. She's like, I barely heard any of it. Keep your vibrations high. Absolutely. They're clapping. We'll talk to you from VidCon. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Oh, turn up my music for Jane. We got to go out with some music. Now I'm really milking this goodbye. It was on the whole time, huh? Okay. Bye. Smell you later.